Now, a message from the UN.
Did you hear that song that Floyd just wrote?
I didn't realize that was Floyd's song, but I definitely didn't like it at all. It sounded like something off the Tony Hawk soundtrack from the video game.
Oh, hey, and we're back. Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast. How you doing out there, people?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Andy Frasco. How's our heads? How's our minds? How's my little favorite little co-host, Nick Gerlach, on the pod today?
Large.
You're not
Hello,
that
everyone.
Do you? No, you.
I'm a bigger guy.
You think you're fat?
I'm trying to lose weight right now.
I don't think you're fat.
Okay, I'm built to last. Let's put it that way. I'm not fat definitely not fat when I go home to Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm looking good. People are like, you look good. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Man,
Denver's got a lot of hotties, bodies with bodies.
I had that stomach bug, and I'm
lost some weight.
I lost some weight. I'm looking good right now.
You are looking slim and trim.
Let's fucking go.
Meeting girls at square dances.
I went on a real date.
You met a girl at a square dance?
I met a girl at a square dance.
She
She
has a
taught me how
job,
to
you
pretzel. She has a job. She works HR.
I love that. HR, be careful with them though. They're like they're like the hall monitors of the corporate world. Chad,
that was the first good date I've had in a long time.
Yeah, she's probably can read and stuff.
Shut the fuck up, Nick.
Just kidding. You date well.
I date well. I like,
You like classy women.
I like classy women.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a great time. Anyway, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
We just interviewed one of the
been working hard.
Funnest local bands ever, Barbara.
Dude, they were so nice and fun and just not trying to be cool the whole time.
Yeah, they were just being themselves. I think we should do smaller bands and release them on Fridays, and we'll call it Local
and then
Friday.
They're like, damn, I'm on Friday.
They're like, fuck.
Yeah, we got to frame it better so they don't feel bad.
Yeah, they're like, it's like
help
Peasant Friday.
Yeah, it's like we're trying to help you here, you know? People will listen.
I'm sorry the podcast is popping off. We will get...
I mean, if anything, it's still the same show. I don't know. Still helping them.
I think so, too. I mean, when we're putting out those Fridays, we're still getting good numbers on the Friday pods.
Yeah, I don't think people are like, oh, it's on Friday. I'm not going to... Like, sweet, more content.
Man, I am feeling great.
What have you been up to?
I did... trying to finish my record before I go on tour forever.
You had a rapper?
I had two rappers from Chicago.
Prob
Cause and Rick Wilson. Rick Wilson's fucking sick, too.
I'm good homies with Prob. He was on some Cosby albums.
Really?
Yeah.
And Prob is like, he's like kind of like the EDM fucking
He has
rapper.
a new band.
Oh,
it's
really?
The girl from, I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. She's the singer in Grizz's band, and they have like a duo now. I think they sold out Cervantes already for their first show ever.
We love to see fucking homies winning.
Yeah, and me and Chris Carnes, we just produced a song for Prob's new album that's coming out.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Chris Carnes is the DJ.
We got Nick Hexum from 311 on the show tonight.
Come original. You guys are come original. You know a song I like of theirs? Whoa, Amber is the color of your energy.
You wanted me to start the interview with asking.
Whoa. What?
You wanted me to start the interview with, can we ask the first question, is amber the color of your energy?
Is it?
He probably hates that if I would have said
doubt it.
that.
He's probably rich, so he's probably like, yeah.
He was very good looking.
God damn, he's handsome, huh?
Yeah, dude. How do older people stay
Great
hot?
hair.
He had great hair.
I think it helps when you have a lot of money and people are looking at you all the time, so you're just more aware.
Yeah.
You're like always on a camera.
I do believe rock and roll keeps you young.
100%. Because he had does he have kids?
Like Shawn Eccles looks good.
Yeah.
And he's fucking rock and roll.
Yeah, he's been rocking his ass off.
Oh, yeah.
He's like a fucking welder, like a union guy.
We had a Coming to Jesus, the band.
When? This
last
upcoming
week.
weekend?
No, Brian called all of us, said we need to slow it down or this thing will implode.
Yeah, he's probably right. I don't really know all the details. I don't talk to you that. Try not to. I try to stay out of that.
Yeah, but I need to.
It'll leak
I need
into
a
this.
friend.
I don't want it to leak into this, though. I don't want it to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want your band to respect me. So I don't want to be a little gossiping ass hoe. You know what I mean?
But you're the only one I can really talk to. That
Yeah,
gives
you
me
can. I'm not like saying we don't ever talk about it.
That's not like in
But
the
I see
circle.
both sides of it too. You know what I mean? You're not perfect.
We're not perfect. I'm not perfect either. I drink my ass off.
Everybody's got their thing.
Everyone's got their thing that they're
Except
dealing
Barbara.
with.
They're all normal.
I know. What the fuck? They're all just
women.
happy.
I'm
Dude.
becoming less sexist. I'm just kidding.
I wish I have more girlfriends than guy friends.
Yeah, I think I'm about.
I love like
equal.
fucking hanging out on the couch and giggling and watching like trash television. Like I love that shit.
There's something to be said for just broing out though too.
I'll bro out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't fart in front of Barbara.
No, you don't really fart.
No.
You fart?
No,
I don't fart either.
I hold it in.
Me too. I don't like fart. I don't really ever fart in front of Julie even.
Yeah.
Come on. Just like I have respect for her. You know what I mean?
When I was with Jill, I couldn't fart or take shit.
I'm kind of like
in
that
her
too.
room.
I'm like that too.
Yeah. I had to like, if she slept over, I had to like run downstairs.
I'm like that kid like didn't shit at high school ever. Like
Yeah, I didn't either.
yeah. Why you can't hold it for 2 more hours? Like come on.
It's not good for you to
2
hold
hours.
it.
I know, but I just don't want to poop at school.
Yeah, I didn't want
It's
to.
not good for you to poop at school. It's anxiety. It's anxious. I don't like an anxious.
Yeah, and then like I'm
Shit.
pushing out really hard.
Yeah, it's just everything. I don't like to be anxious.
Like I don't want to get out there. Like I can't take a shit in a public place, like a bar,
No way.
like a
dude.
one-seater
Unless
bar.
it's like you're on the road and it's like, there's very rare.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean.
you mean like it's like I'm not going to go to yacht club and just rip a fat shit.
I
you know?
respect people that can though.
You do?
There's people that can just don't give a fuck, dude. And it's like
I know.
I kind of respect the gangster there. It's like it's more human. They're like dogs.
They're like
Dogs would my Denzel just take a shit like on Colorado Boulevard, dude. He doesn't give a fuck, dude.
your dog.
Yeah, they have no shame. Well, they should, and everybody does it.
Guys, it's podcast tour week.
Hey, yeah.
We're hitting the road tomorrow. Woo! We're flying to Philly.
Airplane.
We got some really cool press stuff. We're flying to Philly early to
Morning radio.
do morning radio. Preston and Steve in Philadelphia. That's the biggest morning. It's like Howard Stern for Philly.
I love morning radio.
It's my favorite. Like that's my dream to be
Such
on.
a dying thing, though.
There's still markets.
I would love a radio show.
Anyone who drives still has a morning show. Like if you're driving like hours to commute.
My dream is to have like a 2-hour show on Jam On.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that big of a dream. My dreams are very reasonable.
Hit up Ari Fink.
Hey, Ari, can I have a 2-hour show on your channel? Just take calls, talk jam bands.
Guys, podcast tour is here. It's going to be great. We have a lot of great guests. I guess we should announce our guests so you guys get
I don't even know all of
excited.
them.
Oh, dude. We don't know Philly yet.
Philly, we're working on.
We're working on
We
it.
got some big things in the works.
We
though.
do have maybe
Ooh.
and that's really close.
Yeah.
We just got to, hopefully he confirms. It's to his manager
Bring
and
his
they're
saxophone.
chewing it on. I told him that's the pitch. We said, come jam with us.
That's awesome. He's
So-
such a nice guy.
Then we got Jeff Gordon too from Philly, but we also
The
have
NASCAR driver?
no, he's
Oh.
he's the
I'm from
head.
Indiana. Jeff Gordon's not in music, bro.
He's the head of Live Nation.
Oh shit! So we
The
gotta
head
be
of
nice
Live
to him.
Nation. No, but he's cool. He'll
know.
talk shit. He books Peach Fest and
Right.
he was the
Oh,
first
yeah.
guy to book
I know
Dave
him.
Chappelle.
Yeah.
And then New York is popping. We have Captain Kirk from The Roots.
Oh yeah, that's the
as
guitar
one of the
player.
guests. We have Phil Hanley,
Great comedian.
comedian,
Deadhead,
amazing, Deadhead. And we're gonna talk Dead, and he's funny. And
His
he
clips.
loves that.
Do you ever watch his clips on Insta?
Yeah,
He's always wearing a Dead.
He's always
the
wearing a
Grateful Dead
Garcia shirt.
Yeah.
So that's at the City Winery. So the Fillmore, there's like 40 tickets left for the Fillmore. There's 40 tickets left for New York at City Winery on the 10th. Then we're having
Might
a
be
day
less
off.
by now too, actually. So get them.
Yeah, I think there might be less. And then we have a day off in New York on the 11th. So if anybody wants to hang out, let's go out to dinner. Let's
Well,
go
we
have
might be doing a
fun.
special interview that day.
No, that's the 12th.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I guess we could say it because it's confirmed now.
Well. Oh yeah. Fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be interviewing Goose to talk about the new
Just everything.
everything. They want us to come to the Goose Castle in
Mhm.
Connecticut. We will be on our
Mordor.
A game. There will be no holds bar. We will talk and get the real answers of what's going
Yeah.
on. We want to squash the
And we
beef.
are-
I want to hear what rumors are true, which probably they're all aren't true.
Pretty
all
much
the
every-
rumors on the internet are fucking not
I'm
true.
gonna go. If I were betting, I would take nothing's true.
And
it's just a
if
very,
I was a betting man, I would say none of the rumors are true.
I
too.
would. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it's just a very basic band thing where they just didn't
Yeah.
work out.
Rick and Peter, I'm going to their house. I'm excited to go.
I'm
see.
going to.
I'm going. Yeah, Nick's going too. They're like, only way we can do this interview is if both of you do it.
I like that.
I like that too.
They
We're a
respect
team.
me. I like that people are
We're a
starting.
team, baby.
People are starting to respect me
Yeah, baby.
because they know if they don't, I'll ruin them. No.
You're welcome. I feel
No, a little bit though. Thanks. Yeah,
just say thank you.
I did. I just fucking
No,
said
say it louder.
thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
But also thank me because I do make the show better.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool.
That's how these things work. They're supposed to help
That's
each
a
other.
partnership.
We're helping each other.
This isn't a dictatorship. This is a partnership.
I remember I used to listen to this podcast for a while. I was like, I should be on this. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah, I remember I used to hate you.
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there, we're flying to Raleigh, North Carolina, where we have a really great. This one, I'm really excited for this
Me
lineup
too.
for Raleigh. We have MC Taylor from His Golden Messenger, and we have BJ Barham from American Aquarium. You know,
I
the
love
merch
him.
guy.
And he's just great.
Two great
talker.
music guests, and then the 14th. Damn, I mean, we are, besides Philly finding a guest, we'll find a guest there, but if not, we'll just have fun.
We're locked. Yeah.
We're locked. Philly doesn't care. They just want to have fun, get fucked up.
I feel like we can do our thing a little there. Yeah.
And the house band for Philly is Lotus.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that yet.
I didn't tell you that.
Those are my
Mike
homies.
Greenfield.
Oh, yeah. Mike's a good friend of
Yeah.
mine. Yeah.
So Sean Eccles curated a band, a house band for every city, and they're all local, and we got some great ones. In New York, our drummer's John Bongiorno.
That's our booking agent, by the way.
That's our booking
Who's the
agent.
bass player in Philly? and stuff?
Caleb Hawley's bass player.
And then what about Philly?
And then Philly, we have Lotus, the bass player and drummer of Lotus.
Oh, Jesse.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, my God. Those guys rule.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be killer. And then Raleigh, our
They could be
house
guests.
band is a bunch of big something homies.
Oh, sick. This is going to be so fucking
It's going to be
fun.
sick, dude.
And we might have Barb come through in Denver.
yeah.
Oh, no, they can't do it. That's
No.
right. Damn it.
Robert can't do it. But the 14th, we're going comedians.
Comedians.
And also Todd Glass is opening.
We haven't even. God damn. These
We
shows
have,
are really
dude,
good.
they're stacked.
Yeah.
Come on out, guys. It's a variety show.
I might not have to go, actually. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you might not even have to do any bits. And then the 14th, we're ending
Definitely
the
not
tour.
in Denver. I'm not doing any fucking bits.
Yeah, no. That's going to be amazing, dude. We have Josh Blue, the comedian.
Dude, we're going to have to do nothing. It's just
Sam Talent, the comedian.
two world-class comedians.
Talent was just on Rogan. Josh Blue is amazing. Just won American Got
Yeah, yeah.
Talent a few
Yeah, yeah.
years ago. And,
We're not going to do shit that night.
oh, yeah, we're just going to fucking live it up. I'm going to get a tank,
Yeah.
a
just let
nitrous,
them
and
cook.
fucking let
Yeah,
them
yeah.
cook. I'll be like, hell yeah, brother.
Yep.
And then we have to go to Estes Park. Oh, but the house band for the 14th is my band, Andy Frasco and the UN.
damn.
It's like we're stacked. I'm
We stacked. We're holding.
as I'm like talking this through, I'm a little less scared.
I'm
I
not
think we're
scared.
gonna do it.
I'm not scared.
You're not?
What's there to be? What's the worst that can happen here?
I don't know.
It tanks.
It tanks.
We've tanked so many times. So
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's fun.
Everything.
Buy tickets.
I
I
don't
just
think
wanna
it's
sell
tanking.
out.
They're selling.
It's not.
now.
Everything's selling out.
Everything's
I
gonna
just
be fun, and I think they're all gonna sell out.
I just like sellouts. Okay.
Who doesn't?
Come on, Philly, New York, Raleigh,
people.
Denver. Let's sell these motherfuckers out. I'm putting my ass on the line. John Bongiorno booked this tour.
Yeah.
He normally books us in
That's
the
why he gets to
1,000
play
cap
drums.
rooms. I'm like, yeah, you can play drums for booking this tour. He's excited. He used to be in a dope metal band.
I love John Bongiorno.
He's the fucking man.
My favorite agent, I think.
Oh yeah. And then I'm flying to Charleston, South Carolina for a week to
do
shoot
your-
a music video with Little Stranger, where our new single comes out pretty
that
soon
For their album or your album?
for both our albums.
Oh, it's
We're
like a
both releasing it.
Co-release.
But also, guys, next week I am releasing a new single. What
Oh my
we used to be
God.
is not who we are. I'm really proud of this song. I'll release it. I'll post it on Tuesday before the Friday release on March 15th.
Did I play on that one?
But pre-save it. Did you play on it?
Is that the one we did the other day?
Yeah, with the trumpet. You played it.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
You and Ernie and Gabe.
And Gabriel.
So, pre-save what we used to be is not who we are. I've been playing it a lot on tour, and people have been really digging it. So
They're crying and stuff.
they're fucking. I mean, that's my emo years.
Yeah, you're so emo.
I'm such a fucking emo. Shut the fuck up.
used to be the man. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I never got into that scene.
I'm excited to go to Charleston for a week. I haven't been there for a while.
It's nice there.
Yep. Then I'm flying to LA trying to finish this record.
Not a lot of gigs in March, so you're just getting stuff done.
Getting stuff done, but we start our fucking big
Tours.
tour
There's a little tour
end of
coming up.
March
Yeah.
with Kyle Gass
Oh, that's
from
cool.
Tenacious D. And then Easter Sunday, I got to take photos with my family.
Wait, you're Jewish?
I know, but they love fucking the photo. Like we're all like in the same
White,
outfit,
like
and
pastels, and like that's for mommy.
It's for mom.
That's mom.
She loves that.
I mean,
So-
you got to do stuff for your mom.
Yeah, I mean, we've been planning this for a year and a half.
Oh,
I just have to see my other sister, who fucking sucks.
well,
My other sister sucks.
can you talk about that on the podcast?
Yes.
What's her deal? Because I love family shit.
She just sucks. Like she's not a
Was
nice
this the one with
person.
kids or no kids?
They both have kids. The
I thought
older
one didn't have kids for some reason.
Steph is cool. My older sister's cool, but
Which one's the doctor?
Mel. She
That's the one.
sucks.
She's the one that sucks. Okay.
She's just kind of just shitty person.
And Steph's like a
Well, I
homemaker?
think it's she thinks I'm patient zero because she's like all into COVID and shit. Like she like studies COVID. She does cancer genetics, stem cells.
I thought she was like anti-vax guy for a
No.
lady. No, okay,
No.
okay.
She's super like she won't leave her house
Oh, she's one of those.
and she studies at a. She's like thinks she knows everything and.
She probably does know a lot. To be fair,
Yeah, she didn't fuck with me because I tour the world and fucking
Well,
play for thousands of people.
you gotta make a living. I don't know.
I gotta, it's my living. Like, why are you fucking?
Still,
gonna
she's mad about you doing it
She don't talk to me.
now.
She won't
COVID's over though.
let,
Like
she won't let me see her kid.
the shit's over. Like you know what I mean?
I don't want to talk. You know, we're done here.
Well, I asked if you want to talk about that, and you said yes.
Yeah, she fucking sucks.
To be fair, I tried to get you out of that.
She's just fucking mean and like,
Man, my siblings rule.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like my other sister Steph. She's
Siblings
cool.
are all normal, and they all make like 6 figures.
My other sister Steph's kind of flaky, but because of the Japan thing, I'm kind of over
Whatever.
that now.
Being flaky's one thing. I mean, it's fine. Whatever.
she
She's
still
got a lot
calls
going
me.
on. She's a mom and shit.
Yeah.
You know, they got stuff going on we don't know about.
But she actually calls me and asks how
that's
I'm
cool.
doing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Who's older?
I bought Girl Scout cookies for her,
Oh
for
man,
my niece.
dude, I need. I can't. I'm just like so disconnected from kids. I can't find Girl Scout cookies, which is kind
Dude, I bought 20.
of a good sign. I guess.
Should I send them to you?
I'll
I
take
bought
some.
20 boxes.
No, don't give me all. But
I don't want them because I'm on tour.
I love
they're gonna be
Samoas.
stale. Speaking of awesome cookies, dialed in gummies.
awesome gummies.
I love gummies. Go grab yourself some dialed in gummies. This is a whole big ad.
I know.
Whatever.
Well, we talked shit about your sister. Now we have to
Yeah.
leave that in.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that in, and might as well while we're making this a fucking NASCAR
I know, dude.
NASCAR opening. Volume.com, baby. Volume.com, the best live stream company in the business.
Hell yeah.
It's about family. It's about taking the power back, people. If you're an artist or an entertainer, go out there and sign up for volume.com because there's going to be a day when Instagram and all the Facebook social medias are just not going to be as powerful.
Facebook's already dead.
Yeah.
As far as promoting anything, I think it's.
All of them. Instagram,
just-
when you promote something promoting
Oh
something,
yeah, they know how. They're so good at catching that.
it just drops. It's not in the algorithm.
Yeah, like you'll do a podcast post and it'll get like 12,000 views, and then you'll just do like you hitting a nitrous tank, and it's like 300,000.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it!
God damn it. So, if you want to take the power back, and when you post something,
Fight the power.
it pops up on your fan's phone. Not like you two. Not like that. It's not gonna. You have to actually
The edge.
accept. But like like you guys, everyone gets excited when people announce tour dates or announce live streams.
Mm-hmm.
This is just taking the power back. So if you are an artist, go get yourself some volume.com love and let's take the power back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nick Hexum, 311.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk a little bit before? How
Yeah,
you
we should
feeling?
talk
How's
a
your heart?
Good. I've been working really hard lately. I've been good.
Yeah,
Been making this little EP.
I feel good too.
We've both been in the studio. I just love making.
Yeah, I love
songs.
being in the studio.
I haven't been able to do it in a long time. It's been just nice. And it's sounding good. It's
Yeah,
you're
I
the
love
one.
going to Rocky Mountain Recorders and making a record. Your album sounds really good.
It's fucking. I got that one tune done. 2 more. I'm almost done with the second
When
one.
are you trying to release it?
Maybe May. I'm gonna get it out as soon as possible. I don't like to fuck around with that.
Yeah.
I want maybe give it like a month when it's done to like kind of try to promote it somehow.
So what if like
I did a cover
the
of Black
Chris
Hole Sun.
Cornell family is like, this is such a disrespect to Chris
I have
Cornell.
I have the mechanical royalties for it, so
How much was that?
it's like cheap on DistroKid. It's just like I can't remember. It's like some bit a month that it's out for.
Oh, that's not
for the
bad.
year. No, it's like
Did they take a royalty too?
maybe like 80 some bucks. Yeah, like 9%. But they
That's
wrote
easy.
the goddamn song, or like
Yeah.
12 or something.
That's cool.
I mean, they wrote the song. Like they should get the. And then if you sell physical copies, they get like 9 cents a copy or something.
Oh, really?
But it's a dope cover. You heard it. I mean, it's gonna sound awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like they would find it respectful. Actually,
Yeah.
I think I did the song justice.
This is the first record I'm under budget.
Really?
Can't believe it. And I've been doing it kind of like
You've been kind of whimsical with it.
whimsical. I haven't like
Whimsical.
just showed up every 2 hours I'll call you, get in the studio.
That's so funny.
I'll call you like 30 minutes before.
Feels like the 70s in LA or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make Denver that.
I love doing that.
I fucking love this community here.
I do too.
I was always on the fence about it. I don't like how much drugs you have to take.
You don't have to, Andy. There's no rules.
Well,
it is very druggy here, though. It's kind of hard not to do drugs. They're so
it's hard
fun.
not to do drugs. It's so fun to do drugs.
And it feels so good. It feels so much better than like anything else. You know what I mean?
Like I love drinking. I love like if I'm drinking like 5 or 6 vodka sodas, maybe a couple shots, like take a toot in a bathroom. Sounds isn't it awesome?
Over an open toilet. It's like roasting marshmallows over an open flame. But it's
at least in Denver, it's gentrified, so at least all the toilets are clean.
Yeah.
It's not like you're at some like punk
poop
rock.
is different if the toilet's clean.
Shut the fuck up, Nick.
I mean, I've done it. I'm no saint.
Yeah, you are.
I'm more of a 2 to 3 vodka soda guy, no shots. A lot of weed.
We're talking about cocaine and this guy's sober.
Who
Nick
is?
Hexum.
Oh, yeah. Well, but, whatever. He's a rock star.
That's him.
It's not.
This is us.
Yeah, he's different than us, guys. He talks about it in the
Nick Hexum is cool. I really love the interview.
He was very down to earth.
Yeah, I thought he'd be more rock star.
Yeah, because like also like sometimes those 90s sort of like not punk, but like what they are, they can be a little like San Diego-ish or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bro. I don't know. He was like an adult.
Oh, speaking of drugs, I love
He came
nitrous.
original.
Isn't nitrous awesome?
I have a friend in Indiana that got like in a lot of trouble he got caught stealing those from a dentist office.
Really?
Because in Indiana, nitrous, like everything else, is very illegal.
Oh, fuck.
Everything sucks in Indiana law-wise. It's the worst.
Yeah, I've been realizing that.
Weed is
and
not
like
even-
cops are always just at the venues. It's kind of shady.
Indiana, they don't even have medical.
Really?
No, it sucks there. You can barely get an abortion. It sucks.
So do you want your mayor to be talking shit about Indianapolis?
I want to make
or
it
do you
better.
want to vote for Andy Frasco?
What are you talking about? I'm the one addressing
Andy
the problem.
Frasco. This is still going on, Nick.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Vote for
addressing
Frasco.
the issues.
No, you're talking shit about the issues. I
That's
will.
what you're supposed to do when you're running for mayor.
Don't gaslight me.
Fine. Guess what? I'll legalize weed. I'll legalize nitrous if I'm mayor within the city of Indianapolis where I have jurisdiction.
Okay, that's actually tight.
Yeah. I'll do everything I can to legalize every drug possible. Fuck it. It's already a war zone there.
Oh man, but
You know what they call?
But honestly, like the time that we're fucking gonna actually run for mayor
10
in
years?
Indianapolis, like we're gonna be old and over drugs.
Not me. I'll never be over drugs, and I'll never be old. I'm never going to age
I'm
again.
slowly
done.
getting over drugs.
I guess. I don't know.
I just want to like listen to folk music.
You know what they call the east side of
grow a
Indianapolis these
mustache.
days?
What?
Afghanistan. It's getting so rough there, murder-wise. A lot of crime. I'm not going to do anything about crime when I'm mayor. I don't.
I just want to like when I get older, I just want to have like circle sunglasses, circle reading glasses,
Yeah.
little turtleneck,
A much older woman, an 80-year-old wife.
80-year-old wife who just makes me tea, and we're just
Brian's
like,
calling you 3 times a day still.
yeah, Brian.
Telling you
Brian
stop
will be
crowd
like
surfing.
70 then.
Stop crowd surfing. You're 53 years old.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop crowd surfing, guys. People are suing people.
You didn't say what band, but someone's getting sued.
Someone's getting sued. I'm not.
But it sounds like the guy's
But
lying.
also, I give them consent. I tell them, listen, I'm gonna crowd surf right now.
You do give him a minute to get out of the way.
If you
might
want-
want to
if you
stop
don't
doing
want-
the wall of death, maybe.
I think I might have to do
It's
that.
not. It's kind of too much. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's not a metal show.
Yeah,
Well,
but like everyone, it's a friendly wall of death.
I get it. Oh, that's right.
Everyone's like, it's like a twiddle.
Maybe you
concert.
should do a hug wall of death. A wall of hug.
Oh, everyone run and hug somebody.
Oh man, that's kind of corny, but it's kind of cool.
It feels like a Michael Franti concert.
Maybe like a Papadozio show or something. I don't know. Stupid.
yes. Bring it on. All right, guys. Enjoy Nick Hexum. 311. Remember this band?
I have a friend from college.
One
It's
of
like
the
their
biggest-
favorite band.
They're not even reggae, are they?
They're not reggae at all. I
They're
think
like-
it's more like.
They started that
New metal.
rap rock.
Well, he tried
that
to.
Linkin
he tried to pass
Park-
off credit. We asked him about that a little bit,
Yeah.
and he tried to pass off credit. But I think they were way more influential than they're saying.
311 was one of the what was that record with the fire on the CD?
I don't know. They have homegrown. They have speak. I don't know. I can't remember.
That was
all
one of the
speaker
first records I ever
system.
had. That and Offspring.
Do they have like an album named after
Come
color?
original. You got to come original.
Yeah, they're cool. They're fun.
cool. And we wanted to release this because 311 week is next week.
All the stoners in college like
We
them.
want you to get you prepared for 311 week. 311 day is like they do that big festival.
They play like 300 songs or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. He told me.
Yeah, he's like, oh my God. I wish I cared that much.
He was cool. He was so normal.
Yeah.
I mean that like in the good way. Like
Yeah, he was really normal and
just
like
nice, regulated,
genuine.
Like he could work at a real job, you know? Yeah.
That's why you got to get sober. before you get too old, guys.
Yeah, you don't want to be the 55-year-old guy
Like ripping coke.
it's embarrassing.
Just like do it every now and then.
Like for fun at like big events, a wedding.
Yeah, go wedding. Yeah.
A funeral.
Oh man. Last wedding I went to, I was seeing old guys just fucking rip like really like synthetic cocaine in like this like LA, like fancy. Like I'm like, damn, all these dads are just ripping coke and celebrating their kids' fucking wedding. It was awesome.
That's fun. I mean, old guys do it more than people realize around.
Oh yeah, but they pick their battles. They're not doing it every day. So, pick your battles. That's all we're saying. Or go sober. Fuck it. Who cares?
I don't care what you do, actually. Like, honestly.
Yeah, who cares? Do whatever the fuck you want.
Just don't bother me about it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Goodbye. What's up, Nick? How you doing, buddy?
Really good. Thanks for having me.
Dude, you do not age, bro. You are like the fountain of youth, dude. Look how hot this dude is.
Yeah. I'm kind of
Go on.
I'm definitely the second hottest Nick in this interview.
Yeah, definitely. What you've been in a band for a while. What is a way to have good health while being in a band? Because I'm in a band too. I've been in a band for 15 years and I look like a piece of shit.
Well, I always thought, rock and roll is the great preservative. I mean, I think if you had a regular job, you'd look older. That's my take on it. That's my perception. And I don't know. I've always just felt that like working out helps my crazy. It helps me mentally. It's easier to work on your physical health to help your mental health. So, I from a long time ago, I noticed that if I would work out, then I would feel that less restless and anxious and stuff like that. So I just always have had that as something that I need to do.
Totally. Did you ever get into like substance abuse early in your career? Or?
Oh yeah.
What'd you get into? What was the thing that you had that you felt like you had to really stop?
What didn't I get into? I mean, I've tried to be fairly honest about it, and just I have an addictive personality, and I just realized that I'm better off sober, because I will go to extremes with anything, and it's pretty remarkable that I can be sober now, and that's how I need to live.
Well,
but yeah, I went freaking crazy with everything, and I think it was I needed to figure out how to have mental health skills because I think drugs work as a short-term solution until they become the problem.
Yeah.
So I had to, really do some work to develop mental health skills. So I didn't need to be high.
Yeah. What was like the breaking point? Do you remember the day?
Oh, strung out on pills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Were you an asshole to the band and stuff? Like, what was going on?
Yeah, I think I was really distant from everybody, emotions out of control, and isolated. And so, yeah, I was just like in my own little miserable world, and needed to come back and learn how to be back in the community again.
Yeah, totally. And do you think it's because you guys got popping so young in your life? Like you started doing this forever and you just didn't know anything, but you didn't know how to ground yourself because you've been there forever. I mean, you've been doing this since '88, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no, I feel like I was gonna, get into trouble with booze and stuff, no matter what. But there was also I felt a lot of pressure. I think at first I was so driven to, want to make a name for myself and for our band that I was just like a pretty big, loud personality. And then at some point, it kind of started to feel like pressure, like, okay, everybody's watching now. And what if I screw up? And, having anxiety, and then, first treating that with like chemical means. And now I've learned to find ways to just know how to deal with that stuff, to deal with nerves and whatnot. And now it's fortunately not an issue for me. I know, like, oh yeah, we've got 311 Day coming up. We're going to play like a ton of songs. You have to, and that type of thing in the past would cause me a lot of anxiety. And now it's just like, oh yeah, I got this. I know how to do it. When I have the anxious thoughts, I'll just go, I'll know what to do when I get there. I can do this, and just this sort of reasoning through it rather than like going to a worst case scenario.
Right. He's growing, baby. We like to see it. We like to see it, Nick.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
I'm pretty fascinated by how you guys have been a band for as long as you have, and you still pretty much have the same lineup. That seems impossible. I think
besides Peanut.
Every 6, yeah, but he's pretty much back, right? I mean,
is he back?
I thought
he never actually left. He was considering it. There was, everything was really stressing him out.
It was just a tweet.
Yeah, it was a tweet and a retraction. So, but yeah, we are one of the longest running original lineup bands going today. U2 has us beat. Radiohead has us beat, but they're kind of on permanent hiatus. De La Soul had us beat, and unfortunately, Trugoy passed away. So we're up there in, like, as far as alternative bands, the original lineup, some of the longest. And it is, people often ask, like, what's the secret? And I say, well, you have to respect democracy, meaning that you're ready to accept the group conscience, that, you're going to not get your way sometimes. And then also just knowing that we have something special and we're better off together. So just like,
right,
this is our life together. Yeah. We are, at this stage, we're permanently associated with each other. I remember seeing, like, on a 60 Minutes when the Eagles were like talking about their hell freezes over. And I think Don Henley was just like, I just accepted, for better or for worse, I'm permanently stuck with these guys. So, like,
it's like a marriage, except you can't really get divorced.
My lead guy said that, like, fuck you, Don. Fuck you for saying that. No, we want to be here. I'm from the San Fernando Valley. I moved to Denver. You guys lived in Van Nuys for a bit. What was the change from moving from Omaha to Van Nuys with the band?
So I had come out to LA by myself when I was 17. I kind of can't believe my parents let me do that. But actually, my dad tried to talk. He was like, slow. And I was like, I'm going. Don't even. So I graduated early from high school and came out here. So I already had been out in LA a couple years. And then Chad, our drummer, came out to join me for a little bit. And we had an earlier incarnation. It was called Unity. And that was kind of where we were doing the funk and, being influenced by the music that was happening at that time was Chili Peppers, Fishbone, Jane's Addiction, Mary's Danish, all these like LA bands in the late 80s. So I already kind of knew my way around. And then, after, trying to find a bunch of different lineups, working through like Musicians Connection and the Recycler, and I worked at Guitar Center. So I was trying to find the right people. And then I just realized, like, my homies from Omaha were really like the best people I could be in a band with. So I went back to Omaha in 1990. We started 311 there on June 10th, 1990, opened for Fugazi, which was like such an incredible first gig.
Yeah.
That was your first gig, opening for Fugazi?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
That's the benefit of being a up-and-coming band in a smaller market. There's less openers to pick from.
Yeah, Dan, you're very good.
Yeah. There's this punk rock network. They called it in Omaha and said, we need local bands. We were like, yes, for sure. And but so Chad and Peanut had started playing together before I got there, and they had picked the name Fish Hippos. So I was like, I would love to be in this band, but we have to change this name. And Peanut said, well, I did a talent show as 311. I was like, I like it, a number. It's cool. And he was like, well, it's the police code for indecent exposure. And I was like, even better. Right. I like it. Let's use that.
Lore.
Yeah. and then so yeah, we played in Omaha and made like 3 locally produced albums for 2 years. And then we came to Van Nuys in the beginning of 1992, and we got a record deal pretty quick after that. Moving to LA wasn't crucial because we got signed off of our Omaha demos and we had the record company. We went back to Omaha to do a showcase because we were like, we want, our crowd going crazy for them to see us doing that. So, but what LA did for us was to be immersed in like the hip hop culture that was happening at the time. It was like Cypress Hill and House of Pain and Dr. Dre and all that. So that we got really into wearing super baggy clothes and trying to grow our own marijuana really poorly.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We lived in a tiny house, all 5 of us in Van Nuys. We just practiced all day and played basketball. Like that was all we did.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're big basketball heads?
Yeah. They're from Midwest. They're from Nebraska. I mean,
so wow. So were you Laker fans back then? Was that a thing or no?
Yeah. Well, it's probably Michael Jordan and the Bulls in the mid 90s.
Yeah,
we were
Midwest
Bulls fans.
Yeah. That is kind of the closest one to Omaha almost.
So what were the other guys like? You're like, hey guys, we're moving to LA. So you've already been there. You already got the LA feel. What was it, a hard transition for the other guys to move to LA, or was it like this is like their dream? Like, get me the fuck out of Omaha,
Yeah, I think it was just really exciting for everybody. And fortunately, I mean, I think things felt pretty lean because we didn't like have any income. So we were, eating top ramen and stuff like that. But like just in the nick of time before it felt like things might fall apart, we signed that record deal and like got our first check and had enough to, buy groceries and stuff. And it just kind of all barely worked out.
What were those moments when you said things were about to fall apart? What was going around?
It's just money troubles, but I didn't. I knew we were on the right path, and I didn't. Nobody said like I'm about to quit or anything, but it just felt like we were just so broke. But and then this producer Eddie offered, this English guy, old school dude who has like all these crazy stories. Took us under his wing and used his American Express to like help us out and
hell yeah.
Get buying instruments and stuff. He really believed in us. The work he did on our first album, things kind of fell apart. We worked with him again on our second album, Grassroots, but on the first album, it was just this incredible experience. Like he did all this prog rock, like Yes and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and he worked with John Lennon and all these cool. So he had just tons of stories about old school English rock and taught us about equipment. And so that really became our focus, was just like learning.
Yeah.
And it was really cool.
Shit, if I was living in LA in the early 90s, I'd be addicted to pills too, bro. That's a fucking wild time to live in LA.
It's just so interesting to think about all this going on then, and like just with no social media and no internet.
Like how'd you promote shows and stuff during the 90s? Like, how did you get labels interested? Were you just like on their ass in the lobbies of the labels? Like, what were you doing?
I would call up lawyers and labels, and I would fudge the facts about, I'd read some, name in an article and be like, yeah, we're talking to Doug Morris over at Atlantic. Like, never met the guy, never spoke to him, but just BSing my way into rooms. But really, I think one of the big things I had read in one of these, guide to music business, they suggested, send your demo out to college radio stations along with a a self-addressed postcard. So, and they could fill out a little form. Yes, we played this song and we liked it, and it worked. Like from our Omaha demos, we got a lot of postcards back from college radio stations that said they had actually played us. So that impressed pretty much the one label that we really got their attention. And then also the fact that in the local music charts in Omaha, we were selling up there like ahead of U2 and Michael Jackson and the stuff that was really
Holy shit.
We were selling like gangbusters just in Omaha, but they were like, okay, people are really reacting to this. And
the test market.
So, and then also Eddie Offord wanting to produce the record just made it so like, all right, we'll take a chance on this band.
It's fucking sick. So did you realize the Blue album was going to be that poppin'? Like, did you like, or was it just like, did you know when you're writing those songs, like, damn, this is, we have something, we have lightning in a bottle, or was it kind of like, I don't know?
Well, I think we got to like around, getting 8,000 hours of work by that time, because we just took every gig we could take. And on our second album, the Blue album is our third. So on our second album, we actually got rid of the house in Van Nuys, put our meager possessions in a storage unit, and just lived on the road. Sick. We would go out. Sometimes once we did like 21 shows in a row with no days off, like just play. So then by the time the third album came around, we had really developed our chops and knew how to just whip a crowd into a frenzy. And then we had also heard, rightfully so, criticism of our second album that it didn't have the energy that our live show had. They were cool songs and it was innovative and stuff, but we recorded it in the house in Van Nuys. So then we realized on our third album, let's get into a real studio, record all the basic tracks at the same time, and just rock. There's definite energy on, Down and Hive and all the rockin' songs, Don't Stay Home, and the songs on the Blue album. Yeah. And we worked with Ron St. Germain the first time, and that was a dream for us because he had, made our favorite albums, Bad Brains, Eye Against Eye, and Quickness, and worked with like Fishbone and Tool and stuff. So that was a dream, and he taught us a lot about how to step up our game, and the songs were concise, and it was just, everything was ready at that time.
When did the partying start to happen? Was that album 2?
Or was it before?
I mean, no, I think it was
Omaha.
It was a constant. Oh yeah. It was a constant. Actually, in Omaha, we were more of a mess. We would do this thing where we would take a shot of beer a minute for like 40 minutes before we would go on stage. So like it doesn't seem like that much, but you will be fucked up in a half hour. And we would go out and just like destroy the place. And then after that, we were like, all right, let's tighten it up. And it kind of went to just like, let's just smoke some weed and like really try and be more precise on the shows. So things actually in the mid 90s were, we would party after.
What was the show that you're like, oh, hey guys, we need to tone this shit down? Was it like you guys couldn't even, do you remember that show?
I mean, yeah, there were some close calls where I could tell it was affecting.
Hell yeah.
How long were like
there was
sets?
One show we went to Detroit, and we had this crazy bus driver named Donnie who was like this biker dude and always partying. I'm sure he was fucked up driving our bus. And when we got to Detroit, he was like, come on, Peanut, we're going to the bar. And they proceeded to do like 10 shots of fucking Goldschlager or Jägermeister or something, whatever it was. And then the day of the show, and then he at sound check, he was like, I'm so drunk. And we're like, we get it. You're drunk. Shut up. And then like
we're all drunk.
Barely kept it together for the show. So that was one that comes to mind. But I definitely had plenty where I knew I needed to dial it back, or people make comments or whatever. So
does criticism affect you? Are you the type of guy who takes criticism wholeheartedly, or do you let that slide?
I mean, I think I try to be just, to say thank you. I'm sure I got bent out of shape at criticism times in the past. I've been called overly sensitive before, but
Yes.
We're coming on our 34-year anniversary, so it's
Fucking
things
wild.
have changed a lot over the decades, and now we learn how to communicate with each other in a real positive way.
How many years were you the manager of the band before you said, I can't handle this anymore?
The first couple years, getting the record contract and stuff, I was like, and being the label, I took a student loan to finance our very first demo.
What?
And,
really?
Yeah, kind of illegal, isn't it? But
no, fuck it. You're a rock star.
No more illegal than what they're
I was
doing.
doing it all myself and just working the phones, calling people, just concocting a narrative.
Yeah. Was your dad was a professor, so was he pissed that you were taking the student loan money and putting it with your
or did he even know?
Or did he even know like what was going on?
I mean, no, I was just so headstrong that he just like he believed in me, so he wouldn't put up a lot of resistance. He was really supportive.
What was your family personal life like? Like, were you close with your brother? Were you close with your mom? Like, what were the dynamics between your brother and your mom and dad?
My big sister was my best pal. She's 2 years older than me, so 2 grades above, and I was this loudmouth, scrawny kid, and she would have to like stick up for me and protect me sometimes. We did a lot of classic, Midwestern fun, like kickball games and making forts and hide and go seek. So it was pretty good, idyllic Omaha childhood. And then my brother, he's 8 years younger, so it was kind of a bigger age gap, but we're super close now. He lives nearby, and we both have 3 kids, and we hang out quite a bit. So it was good, solid family.
Yeah. What was your dynamic like with your brother? Because I heard did he pass away?
That was my half brother, who was 8 years younger than my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, he died of an overdose in 2018. So, I tried a lot to reach out, and nothing worked. So it was really difficult.
Yeah, I bet. And because you didn't dealt with. Did you deal with heroin, or were you just on pills?
I mean, opiates were part of the story, but I always wanted to live. So it's like when you have a feeling of despair combined with a drug addiction, that's when people die. I didn't have a feeling of despair, but I was kind of stuck in a loop.
Yeah. It's got to be, man. It's tough, man. Depression is
mixed with chemicals.
With chemicals has got to be the hardest thing to see in a person or a friend or a sibling. Like, how do you approach? Like, looking back? Like, how would you approach it now, knowing what you know now versus what you knew then?
I just have a sort of like a fatalistic view that it all kind of. My watch is talking to me. A fatalistic view that it all kind of needed to happen how it did, and that things turned out very beautifully. I mean, that we're together. I mean, when somebody regarding my youngest brother, of course, everybody's like, what should I have done differently? And the song Beyond the Gray Sky was about my best friend from high school that took his own life, and this sort of feeling of recrimination, like, what should I have done differently? Wasn't there something that I should have tried? Did I miss the signals? And God, when he said this one thing, like, So, there's always going to be regrets, but it just all kind of goes the way it's going to go.
Yeah, man, it's tough. Your family, they were always supportive. They never were like, yo, what the fuck? Why are you moving to LA at 17? Like, your dad was always like, he always believed in you, or was it kind of like you had to get popping first, and then he's like, okay, I see it.
I mean, he did at one point just say, I know you've got your goals, but can we set up some sort of like backup plan? Wait till you're done with actual, like the normal high school at 18.
Yeah.
And I was like, seriously, like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
I'm out of here, bro.
I was like, okay, I tried.
Yo, peace, bro. Breathe.
I'm going to go invent a different style of music.
What's the difference between you as a single man versus you as with kids? Have you changed your perspective on things since you've had 4 kids? Do you have 4 kids or 3?
3 girls.
3 girls, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, 3 girls? Is that karma?
I heard that is described as lead singer's curse to have daughters.
It keeps happening.
Be like worried that, there's going to be retribution for how you behaved. But
yeah.
I mean, it gave me such a wealth of feelings to pull from. There's this one song called Inside Our Home a couple albums ago that was like very much about the wonder of building a family. And but I think we have to become more responsible, and I'm glad, because I don't ever have to wonder, did I sow my wild oats enough? Like, I probably did that too much.
Yeah. They're sown.
It's time to grow up.
I made a whole quilt.
Yeah, I made a whole goddamn quilt.
So I have a question about kids. Like, are you starting? So you have hardcore fans that have been with you since the beginning. Are they starting to bring their kids out to like 311 Day or your other concerts? Is that pretty cool to see?
We're seeing a ton of multi-generation family groups of fans, and I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's got to feel good that your music is just generation after generation. It's standing the time.
Yeah. I mean, you'd see that like with Grateful Dead and jam bands and stuff like that. Parents and kids getting into the same music. You see that at a Blink-182 show.
Mm-hmm.
People in their 50s bringing their teenage kids that both are really into it. So I think it's music is like this transcendent thing that you can find. It's hard to find things that both generations like.
Right.
So it's a nice bonding thing.
They're the Grateful Dead of like hip hop rock. Basically.
Yeah. And what's like, like, what have you learned about keeping a band together for so long that you've brought to your relationship and vice versa? Like, now that you have kids, like, are you approaching the band differently, of how you've like keeping people together and vice versa?
Yeah. I mean, I think that to make a marriage, whether a business, musical, romantic marriage work, you have to be ready to not get your way, do things that sometimes like, this isn't really what I want to do, but I'm going to do it for the greater good of putting the entity before an individual's personal interests, and be ready to like ask for help. You got to have a support network of people that kind of will advise you and help you get perspective, because I think everybody's perspective gets skewed if you're in a bubble. So I try and communicate a lot with people, like, how should I feel about this? You know what I mean? Right. It's like kind of group think. But we mentioned the Grateful Dead real fast. Another thing I think is worth mentioning is that at some point around 2000, we realized, like, let's take a cue from the Grateful Dead that we're going to be a live band first. Yeah. And I think that's one so we're going to tour every summer no matter what. And other bands would do an album cycle. So if there wasn't a new album, they might not go on tour. We're like, we're touring every summer no matter what. We'll work the albums around that. And then it made it so it didn't matter if we had a new album or not. And just because like live performing, that's something that's existed for maybe 50,000 years of like one guy playing an instrument and other people dancing to it. The recording thing is not as important as live performance. So we put that first, and that really was a good decision, especially when the CD sales, piracy killed everything. And all we had was like live touring because music sales completely dried up, and it's come back somewhat.
I totally didn't think about that. Yeah. Because you guys got popping before the piracy.
They got in under it.
So what was that like as a band? You're like, shit, dude, we're making money.
We don't have to leave the house.
Fuck. Now we're like what was that a mind fuck when people were just ripping your stuff? Or was it like, did you gain more fans because of the piracy thing?
Well, there was a lot of greed on the labels part. Like I remember in 1998, there was an article in Rolling Stone about, look how expensive these albums are.
Oh, right, yeah.
The new 311 album is $18.99. You had to pay $19 plus tax to get Transistor.
Wow.
Or Sound System. And then I was around Sound System, our fifth album, that we started seeing it on these sharing sites. It was like right before Napster, and our manager would go on there and be like, hey guys, this is not cool.
Right.
These guys, like, what? And they're like, enough of you, and just like kick him off the chat group.
Go away, nerd.
So,
go away, nerd.
We're the real nerds.
Yeah, like the nerds. It's like a nerd battle.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but I was like, man, now I can get all these remixes and like rare things. Yeah. Like, I just, more music for the people. And like I said, our main thing was live touring by that time. So it didn't kill us, but it did change things. Like, there was this huge shift where in the 90s, the label would pay to have you go on tour just so you could sell records.
Right.
And now it's like you make records and don't make any money just so you can tour and make an income off touring. So it's a total shift.
Yeah, and now we all became clothing lines.
Yeah,
instead it was like we're selling records to make money. Now we're a clothing line.
T-shirts, the new album.
Yeah, lifestyle.
Yeah,
like it's all part of it. And we were one of the early, like, having a message board on AOL in like 1995. It was like super innovative.
Yeah,
that was so we were part of that, but we didn't. We were some ways slow to embrace it. You have like people like Chance the Rapper that just were geniuses. Totally live streaming all the time, having a content guy filming him all the time. So we had to play catch up in some ways, and now we bring a guy with us to film our lives, even if it seems boring to us. People want to see it.
Yeah, so they're like, "Yeah, Nick, drink that coffee in the morning, brother. Drink that coffee."
USA Today, look at him. Turn that page.
He's drinking coffee. Look at how hot he looks.
Wow, he finished the Friday crossword.
Was there any time in the band's career that you guys almost broke up? Never.
No, I mean, other than the thing that you mentioned earlier, it seemed a little touch and go for a while, but we've always been solid, and just knew we knew we had something really special. So show must go on.
That's what I'm talking about.
The grass is not greener.
The show must always go on.
The grass is not greener on the other side, people. Stay where you are when you're successful.
Yeah, exactly. If it's like it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Fuck it. Why everyone thinks,
everybody likes
it's
you.
It's ADD culture, dude. Everyone gets bored now.
Yeah.
It's like they're not and that's another podcast in itself. Well, I'll save you for that, Nick. So you talk about lifestyle. 311 day. Like, whose idea was this? How important was this to you? And when you finally got it, how cool was that feeling? Like, give me 311 Day in your retrospect.
So in the early days of 311, we didn't tell people the backstory behind the name. And so people would be like, it's a date. It's March 11th, isn't it?
Oh.
And then we had a gig scheduled for March 11th in the year 2000 in New Orleans. And we're like, okay, let's make this a thing. Let's play 3 hours and 11 minutes, call it 311 Day. And it was just, oh yeah, let's do that. And we played basically every song that we knew at that point. And then,
Jam session.
After that, it just grew and grew, where we would play longer and longer until it got to be like 6 hour show. And then we would expanded it to, we did it every other year. So
you are a
it's
jam
on
band.
even number of years. And then on odd number of years, we do a cruise. So we rotate every spring. We've got an event. And then at one point, 311 Day expanded to 2 days, and then even made it to 3 days at one point, where we played 100 songs over the 3 day
Fucking
period.
legendary.
Thank God you have so many albums.
Fucking legendary, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot of homework, and to get ready for all that stuff. But it helps us really dig deep. It's kind of like running a marathon. It's a lot about the preparation, and the feeling of satisfaction afterwards is really cool. And it's also a convention where people come from all over the world. We've got Australians and Europeans and Filipinos, South Americans that always come.
Oh, interesting.
So it's just this really cool thing that just sort of evolved basically out of stumbling on having our name be a date.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like It's like a coincidence. Like, you guys know that this isn't a date.
Right.
This is a different. What about like when you're working on like when you're doing 311 weekend? Like any songs, like, because you kind of like go back into your memory and like saying like, oh, like any songs you forgot that you like truly loved, and then you re-love them again.
Yeah, it's dusting off some of those songs we haven't played in a really long time, and also we'll do some surprise covers. Like last 311 Day, I thought the world really needed Imagine. Imagine all the people.
Yeah.
Living as one. And the previous 311 Day we did Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here, and did a sort of in memoriam where we had a lot of people that we had lost. We had just lost Chester and Chris Cornell and my brother, and some people in the fan base that were had just 2 different women that had been murdered. So it was a very tear-jerking thing for the fans.
Oh my God, that must have been heavy.
Of all these people. It was really intense. So we try and have really poignant, emotional moments, and but then the cruise is just more of just like a party.
Yeah.
So
do you think we were talking about this earlier? Nick brought up a great point. Do you think without you guys, nu metal wouldn't exist or get as popular? Like Linkin Parks of the world, Korns. Like, you guys built that. You guys built a fucking genre, bro.
I mean, who did it before you?
I think we helped hybrid music, because when we first started, there had been a couple examples. There had been Faith No More's Epic.
Oh yeah,
was the first like rap rock hit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anthrax did Bring the Noise, and then Chili Peppers had some breakthroughs. So, but there was a lot of resistance that when we in like 93, 94, it was all about grunge.
Yeah,
it was all about they wanted to play like Pearl Jam, and then the sort of offsprings of Pearl Jam, like Candlebox and Stone Temple Pilots and all these different, that was what they were looking for. So we didn't get any widespread radio support for the first 2 albums. So it was just on the like real fringe kind of. K-Rock kind of supported us, but it wasn't till sorry, did I just go down? It wasn't until the third album when things really went crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Like, you ever like text Chester from Linkin Park, like, yo, fuck you for ripping me off, bro.
Limp Bizkit
Or
Fred
Limp
Durst.
Bizkit, yo, Fred, meet me outside of this festival lot right now, bro.
Right, like those other bands did do the rap rock thing, but I feel like your guitar sound and the way your bass player plays is way closer to nu metal than those other bands. You know what I'm saying? Like where there's a funk.
I mean, I think there was a time there where we were completely like eclipsed by some of that nu metal, and I was felt like kind of out of step because if you watch there's two different documentaries about the bad Woodstock in 99 and all the like grabbing females and this white rage of like they're really angry about what I don't know. It was like this misplaced sort of male macho rage, and I was like, see, that's what I was making fun of. Misdirected hostility, like all these privileged people that are so angry about what I don't get it. So but like some of those bands were just like selling way gobs more CDs than us and stuff like that, but we just stick to what we do, and the culture kind of comes.
You ever get envious when that was happening, or no?
I mean, I think I had twinges of it, but we didn't play follow the leader. You know what I mean?
Because you're the OGs.
Yeah, why would
That's
you?
what you do. Nobody puts baby in the goddamn corner, Nick. Nobody.
Right.
You are the OGs. Damn, you got to go. I know it's been an hour, but Nick, this has been fantastic. You're the man. I've been a huge fan. One of my first records I ever bought was Blue Record.
He came
Blue
original.
album. Dude, I loved it. And you're just the shit. And I'm so thankful you guys are still doing it. And, and you're really, I have a lot of friends in Omaha who are really proud that 311 is from Omaha. And for that too, I just want to say thank you for keeping Omaha on the map. Because I do like Omaha. Omaha fucks.
Omaha's a great arts town, actually.
Yeah, it's a great town. Kearney, Nebraska is bullshit.
It's an oasis.
Kearney, I didn't like Kearney, Nebraska. That was a little weird.
It's an oasis in Nebraska, Omaha. It's, there's towns like that all over. Yeah, it's great.
And then,
Thank you. It's nice to hear. Omaha crowds do completely go off.
They go
off, dude.
Waiting room.
Wait, slow down.
He's like, I don't play the waiting room.
He's like, you peasants, I don't play the waiting room.
I play Creighton's Arena.
I play the stadiums. I got one last question. I'll let you go. So when it's all said and done, Nick, what do you want to be remembered by?
I think the spreading a positive message and giving people hope and going against the sort of the negativity and all the finger pointing and anger and judgment that's so prevalent in our society of trying to kind of turn that around into a more like, hey, let's appreciate what we have here. Let's appreciate each other. Let's be a little bit more reasonable and, have some love in our daily actions. It would be wondrul if that's my legacy.
Jesus, 35 years and still nice and sweet. I'd be fucking angry.
I am
happy.
I'm just kidding.
Still happy.
Well,
Nick,
if I had a hair like that, I'd probably.
I gotta start.
Look at that smile. I'd be in a good mood too. I
gotta stop doing nitrous. This guy's just cleaned up. All right, Nick. Thanks for being on the show, bro. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your life, and hopefully I'll see you around on these festivals. We play all the festivals you do too. So, hopefully I'll catch a hello with you in person.
I look forward to that. This was really fun. Keep saving the world.
Thanks, bud. Later, Nick. Thanks, bud.
All right.
That was great.